Good morning. How are you today? We're going to try something a little bit different today. We are going to stand up, or I am going to stand up anyway. Let me prioritize this download and get going. Good morning. I just wanted to start with, just good morning, friends. We're welcome to the morning ritual for guitar growth. This isn't just about practicing. It's about creating space in our lives for mindful improvement, and that's to deal with on the guitar and beyond. Let's start today together by building something beautiful, one note at a time. And this is just going to be the guitar, on a strap. I'm updating one of my apps at the moment, so as soon as it's coming up now. I'm just doing something a little different today. We're going to start with a strap today, and this is something that we don't typically do, but I'm going to do it today because I think I want to get ready for Electric Week. I want to get ready for excuse me, the next thing. Okay, and Electric Week's coming right up. We have each morning we gather here, not just to play the guitar, but to connect, to connect to music, to each other, and to something bigger than ourselves. And so the idea is, let's grow together. So I wanted to make sure that I want to confirm that I don't just deteriorate this stream into another sort of a guitar guy just kind of banging away on the internet. And not that there's anything wrong with that. I just don't have that in the design for this program, right? Oh, good morning, Marlon. Good morning, Marlon. Good morning, Anthony. And getting ready to just trying something a little different today, starting with the pick and starting with standing in the strap. And this way I should be able to maneuver a little bit more, easily. As we approach moving back down into the studio, we're going to start tearing this room apart to make it we're going through a conversion process where this becomes a walk-in pantry, so it will be helpful for us to just be vacant from the room for a while. So we'll be moving back down into the studio to proceed. We've got some live streaming equipment down there that will make this a more, I think, a fruitful time. And here's the 𝘂𝘶𝗶. Good morning again. I hope you guys all had a good day. I just wanted to stay focused on getting us through some new things today too, as we prepare for Electric Week. Here's the 𝘂𝘶𝗶, and I'll go ahead and get that going over here. I've been getting back into the habit where I'm putting this on my head, or I'm doing it, putting it in my teeth or whatever, listening to it every hour. Like I'll be out on the back deck, letting the dogs run wild, and then just trying to re-internalize that 𝘂𝘶𝗶 and just get it back in the cranium. And so that's for the reason I do that is so I can get just have a good relative pitch memory, develop a good relative pitch memory. TJ, good morning. So we're talking about, yesterday we were talking a little bit about potentially feeling awkward while we hold the guitar, and this is definitely one of those things. Like, one of my guitars has it starts about here and it goes all the way over the seam down to about here, and it's got a nice sort of chamfer or a you know, a bevel here. Just it makes it a little bit more comfortable for the arm to get over. And so that would be my 𝗠𝐺𝗿. And so we're just starting with standing up. And my strap is at the same height. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. Strap is at the same height that my guitar is while I'm seated, and so I don't have to relearn, like mechanically relearn how to play the guitar. And I'm going to turn the metronome on in just a minute. I wanted to get started without it because it's a new environment for me. You know, every little thing that we introduce. I was playing with, do you know the band Blood, Sweat and Tears? Well, I was playing in a group with Chuck Winfield, horn player from that group, and we had been practicing for, this is a real humble thing. I'll tell you the story if you stick around. But it's one of those humbling experiences that we all have. And I mean, it's not, you know, it's not one of my more proud moments, but it is a learning experience. So it is one of those things that's worth sharing. So we're just going through breath. Good morning, TJ, good morning. Tilting the neck up is good for stretchy chords. You got that right. Yeah, amen. Okay. Just working through the tuning process. If you're just joining us, we're here with we're just doing our morning live stream, our morning ritual for guitar growth, which is specifically designed to, you know, it's not just about practicing, it's about creating space in our lives. It's about creating space in our lives for mindful improvement on the guitar and beyond, right? So we're not just looking for, you know, one thing with the blinders on necessarily. So let's start the day together by building something beautiful. You know, just one note at a time is sometimes a challenge for me to remember that all things come. You know, patience and perseverance will accomplish all things. So we've got the metronome going at 60 beats per minute. We're going to start the exercise today. We got some feedback yesterday. We've been wanting to start at a higher rate of breakdown, rhythmic breakdowns. Good morning, Raul. Good morning, Guitar for Everyone. Good to see you here, Jason, and everyone else. Good to see you here. Hi, Raul. We have a couple of exercises that we're going to include in this morning's, just to break it up a little bit, just to include in this morning's live stream, in this morning's ritual, once we get moving, and it has to do with jazz comping. So if you're interested in that, you're definitely in the right place this morning. And if you're not interested in that, it's something that all of a sudden the switch is just going to flip, you know, it's going to flip, so maybe you'll become interested in it. We'll start with fingers 3 and 4 on frets 11 and 12. So we're using 11 and 12, and let's see if we can get that. You can see that double dot right there if we squeeze those strings in, and that's the 12th fret. That's going to be fingers 3 and 4, 3 and 4, 3 and 4, 3 and 4. And so what I'm working on here is starting with 5-note groupings. Do we feel good about starting with 5s? Are we good? 1, 2, ding, ding, and da. And then we're going 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4 up, all the way to the top, back down a descend a pattern position. I'm rushing a little bit in my mind this morning, so I just wanted to make sure I'm present, you know. 5s. 1, 2, dun, 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 dun. So it's going to be like 1, 2, 3. No, I'm thinking sevens for some reason. I've just been counting sevens a lot lately. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and it helps me to break those down into subgroupings of 2s and 3s. And this would be consistent with if we were playing raga or Indian classical music. So we would break these things down into subgroups of 2s or subgroups of 3s. So for now, we'll go ahead and break this down into a group of 2 followed by a group of 3. And then we'll talk about inverting that. Good morning, B. Thank you for the comment on the wonderful comment on the Jimmy Thang video. I had a lot of fun producing that one. That's an old school one for me. So we're thinking 5s, fingers 3 and 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And we're looking. Can you hear the metronome? Is that good enough for you guys? Is it loud enough? It's funny how this reminds me a lot of that story when I was playing with Chuck Winfield from Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and it was we'd practice for, you know. Let me tell you that in a little bit. You're not going to want to miss it because it's a pretty interesting story, and especially if you're a touring musician. So let's take a look at 3 and 4. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 2, 3. And this works because we have a 5-limbed body, so we're pentamerous in nature. A little sloppy. I'm suffering a little bit this morning, but that's okay. You're kind to me, so let's go ahead and do the same thing with fingers 2 and 3, frets 11 and 12. Same thing, but you know, also I'm trying to remember that I don't want to have my fingers come way out here. I want to remember there's a bar over my finger that's stopping my finger from going higher, any higher than, you know, 3/16 or 1/4 of an inch away from the guitar string. So there's that, you know, to make life easier for us. I thought, you know, some of us might appreciate that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, gung-a-dee, dung-a-dung-a-dee, here we go. Da-bum. It's okay to move around while we're playing the guitar too. So it's helpful to do that. It's helpful to just kind of keep the posture alive. You know, if we're standing here for a night, you know, 3-4 hour gig, a date or whatever, it's helpful to move around, get the legs moving. You know, keep those things active. And let's take a look at fingers 1 and 2. I know this is a bit much to ask, but we're using fingers 1 and 2, and we're thinking 5s. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. So, all right, so there's that. Now we're working on, fingers 2 and 3. We'll just zip right through these. We'll just keep with the continuity, and we'll jump with fingers 3 and 4, and 1 and 2, T, E, and 4. You stretch the fingers. Oh, it's not 4 attacks per beat either. It's 5 attacks per beat. So we've got 1, 2. Let's take a look at fingers 3 and 4, frets 10 and 12. 1, 2, dig it. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, dig it. Here we go. Bring it down. So it's just a simple morning warm-up, and we were practicing, you know, for months to get the show ready for the road. And I practiced with just my, you know, Gibson ES446 for 3 months, and my, you know, a Boogie DC5 or something. You can get those cheap too. Just a guitar, good cable, a good amp, you know, and then the band, and Chuck was playing, you know, horn and stuff, and we get to performance night, and I introduced my pedal board, and he comes over to me and he's like, "What are you thinking, man? We've been practicing Drive for 3 months, and you're going to do this tonight?" So even those little differences, like he's been, you know, he'd been on the road for a long time with Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and you know, touring with the Dead and that kind of stuff, and then he straightened me out like lickety split. You know, here's me, younger version of me, thinking I'm hot stuff, and not realizing that those little differences are going to change the entire dynamic of the band. So it's really important that when you work on your show, you get your show together, and then keep it together, because even if you've played it 1,000 times, there are members in the audience who've never seen it before, so it's brand new and fresh for them, right? So that's a really important thing to remember, which I learned the hard way, you know. Fingers 2 and 3, let's do that stretch again. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, dun, here we go. And it's okay. We're still friends. But it's just one of those things that he felt he could share with me, and it was a valuable and, you know, valuable thing for me to hear. A little embarrassing at the time, but if nobody told me that, you know, I might not have thought about that. I might never have made that correction. Sometimes those things are hard to hear. Sometimes they're hard to say to others. But I found it's best to just say the thing most of the time, even in a hard situation. So the guitar, since we've been sitting down, we've been seated, I'm already noticing a discrepancy from being seated to being, you know, standing. So we have 1, 2, 1, 2, fingers 1 and 2, same process. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, here we go. Yeah, there's some real value in repetition here. And we're using fingers 2 and 3 and 4, getting through the last, you know, the remainder, the last few chromatic nuggets here. So fingers 2, 3, and 4 is 10, 11, and 12. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 da ding ding da. This one's a little bit more challenging. It's prohibiting me from talking over, so it means that I need to do this more. And there was something about that 𝗫𝘱, you know, the Carlos Santana like record drummer, how he talks about that continuum, and when you repeat things enough, it becomes like trance-like, and then we don't want to break that moment. I think a guitar player can break that moment more frequently than a drummer could, I think. Once the drummer stops doing that, you know, once the drummer becomes disengaged, then the rest of the band sort of like, you know, train wrecks or whatever. Could, potentially, right? Unless you're playing with a drummer that likes to use space and you're used to that situation where tones drop out here and there. Good day, B. Thank you for your wonderful guitar lessons, man. Thank you. It's my absolute pleasure. Just booked a gig for Feb, so I'm happy we're starting the standing and electric practice. Oh, really? Are you recording the gig? So let's do frets 10, 11, and 12. 1 2 1 2 3 ding 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 1 2 1 2 3. Here we go. And if you're just coming here, this is just simply a morning ritual for guitar growth. It happens every morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm trying to talk over this five attacks per beat, so that way I can become fluent in this. And it's very difficult for me to just do that. But hey, I'm working on it. And so are you. I think practicing these rhythmic breakdowns, it adds a depth of quality to our playing that we couldn't get any other way, I think. They have become my midnight ritual. This has become my midnight ritual. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, wow. Yeah, you're on the other side of the world. The toilet's flushed the other way down there, right? So let's take a look at fingers 9, 10, 11, and 12. It's 9, 10, 11, and 12. So 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3. Here we go. Yeah, we're getting there. Typically, just don't practice fives, and for whatever reason it seems like it's so much more processing power for me to talk over this than it is to talk over the, you know, binary or duple meters. So this is an area that I'm going to work on strengthening for sure. And we're using the stretch here. 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3. Here we go. Are you playing originals, Anthony, in your group? Cover tunes? Is this a Denim Dennis gig? Just going to do the same thing, just working through the same exercise, but I'm just kicking back with finger number 1. It's 5 attacks per beat still, so 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3. Finding that I'm cradling the guitar a little bit more with my right arm, bringing it into my body to stabilize it. All right, so this is some mornings are more challenging than others. There's not a whole lot of discussion here, is there? There's not a whole lot of chat to be had, and for that reason, I think I'd like to just continue right along, because we're going to practice, start introducing some comping skill, and reintroducing like tone generation through rhythmic playing. Just a simple, simple chord progression, and we're going to do that as we start getting beyond this fingering the chromatic style workouts, and we'll just stick with what we've been doing for the moment, and continue with 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3, but use that 1 2 3 4 spider. We'll refer to it as a spider exercise for lack of better terminology. And 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2. Ready? 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3. noticed I knocked my capo a little bit loose over here, so let's get that situated. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing? There's not a whole lot of conversation here. I just want to take a quick temperature. Is everybody, maybe now is a great time for a stretch. I notice we've been going 30 minutes and we're getting there. Thank you, Raul. Nice. Obviously, this chromatic pattern is not about perfection today for me. It's about showing up and just laying one brick at a time. One brick at a time in the wall of my progress, you know, so I hate to make the metaphor, the analogous to building a wall, but I want to celebrate that effort, even if it feels small. And sometimes we'll, you know, these live streams will be, you know, these morning rituals will be all over it, will be light and lively, and other times we're going to be like, oh man, I just have to push through this thing that, you know, I'd really like to be going to, you know, the water park and slipping down a slide or whatever, and then I just, you know, I want to work on remembering what it is that I attempting to do here, and just working those stretches will give me that moment of reflection, because this kind of effort that we're engaged with here without reflective period that follows it is if we put it in these terms, like Mr. Pat Metheny would go through, like you know, you've probably heard that he goes through it and does his tours, and then while he's on tour, he'll finish up with, you know, that date that night in the arena or wherever, the club or whatever the date is, and he'll head right back. He doesn't continue the party. He goes back to his room or his domicile, and then he'll get out he takes notes about what exactly transpired, what exactly happened, and he notates so that he can recognize what he just went through with the end goal of perfecting his game. So I think the idea where we give ourselves some of this time, and then you know, creating space in our lives for mindful improvement, I think that's definitely the, you know, practicing the mechanism or the mechanical piece of it is just, you know, as you know, is only one part of it. And so allowing ourselves the time to reflect and pause and maybe journal and maybe take some notes is worth its weight in gold. You know, as we do this over the span of a year, we collect a lot of data about ourselves and we learn a lot. And then we can transfer it to a progeny, like our future generations. And then some might be interested in what we did, you know, what we spent our time doing. And how did we get so great at the guitar so fast, you know? So answering all of those questions, we'll have those, we can speak to it, you know? Not that we're, you know, looking to get really great really fast or get rich quick. It's not one of those schemes at all. But let's take a look, because I want to leave enough time today. Typically we would go through the arpeggiations. I'm going to do separate sessions and get the tablature all laid out for you for all of these things, these mechanical things, so you can practice them on your own time. And then when we show up here together, we can play them in real time. It will be more sort of like, you know, streamlined event. These are things that if you wanted to, you know, there'd be free resources and that kind of stuff. So that's, keep, you know, just be aware of that stuff's coming to support and enhance. So I'm thinking 1, 2, we're going to take a little bit of departure, and I hope you're okay with just taking a moment and just getting getting somewhere else. Like, I want to focus on also, you know, if you have your own exercises that you're loving and that you're working on, if you wouldn't mind sharing those with us too on your YouTube channel, and then, you know, then we can go grab that information and practice it, and maybe we can start folding some of your successes into the morning mix, right? Because it's really not about, I mean, it's really not about me, you know what I mean? It's really about just, it's about me getting better at what I do. But if you feel comfortable with sharing some of your own exercises with us, please do that, you know, and we'll be on the lookout. So I'm thinking 1, 2, you know what? So I'm thinking 2, 3. I'm putting that click on beats 2 and 4. We're going to spend a little bit of time with rhythmic approach today, and I hope you don't mind, but folding in that rhythmic approach to our morning ritual, where we're leaving a bunch of space instead of just rattling off notes and having our fingers just go straight out, you know, sprint. 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, kabah, 2, kabah, 1, kabah. So what we're going to do is start with hitting 2s and 4s. And I'm just going to make a really simple noise here. And we're going to play this power chord here. So it's fret 5. If you wouldn't mind following me just for one moment. This is the fret 5 on the D string, fret 7 on the G string. That's the first shape. The second shape is going to be fret 5 also on the D string, still on the D string, fret 6 on the G string. You know, the interval diabolique. Yeah, and we're really focusing on dialing in our tone. You know, if you like a really bright tone, then you can get closer to your bridge. Fingering for the left hand, for the fret hand, is really important to me, because when I break connection with the fretboard, you can see that I want to stop both strings at the same time. If I remove the fingers from the neck, from the strings, we get that string noise that's unwanted. Thank you, B. Thank you, B. That's appreciated. That's appreciated. So we have this nice second chord. Here's the first chord. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And then the next chord is the same chord that we started with, but we're down a half step from where we began. All right, let me give that a little bit of a like. I'll do that on the other monitor so that we can keep this moving. So we have first chord. Let's take a look. 5 and 7, all of these chords are dyads on the 2 middle strings. I'm going to, in a minute, I'm going to refer to these as guiding tones, and maybe you're familiar with this technique. 1, 2, 3, ka-bum, bum, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4. So I'm starting with long tones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then short tones. And so what would be the 6 here? Or we could, you know, we could make this dominant, right? So what I'm functionally doing here is talking a little bit about the 2 minor chord, which is E minor 7, and then A7, which is the 5 dominant 7 of D major 7 of the D major scale. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Measure 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. Measure 4, 2, 3. We could use the B minor 7, the 6, with a 6 minor, which is the 5 of the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. We're gonna do this again, but just using the guiding tones. So for example, we're just going to dial it back one more time. We're removing all of the additional tone that we don't need, and we're just leaving ourselves with a bare functional minimum to outline the changes of the moment. So all we need to do in order to outline any chord change in an extended situation, where, like extended, I mean 7th chords and above, all we need are the 3 and the 7, right? In this case, it's a flatted 3 and a flatted 7, because this is the 2 minor of D chord, which is of D major, which is, you know, E minor. So I have the E minor chord, but I'm using the 1, 2, 1, 2 flat 3, and then the 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, oh no, 3, 4, 5, 6 flat 7. So, and then we have the flat 7 and 3 of the 5 chord of the A7, and then we have the 3 and the major 7 of the D7. So it's going to look a lot like 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 1. Let's go ahead and take a look at changing that rhythmic pattern and make it, and we'll start with 2s and 4s, but we're going to make it more interesting real quick. 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1. So we're really starting to think about creating functional bass lines and chord stabs. So we're going to refer to these as chord stabs. And I'm just working on just nailing down the rhythm, because those simple rhythms, like what you know, Shreve was talking about from the band Santana, was talking about doing the thing, and then repeat it to the point where you enter a trance or something, you know. And I know that I'm getting close if I can get that click of the metronome to disappear. I know that it feels like I'm all over the place now, because I can still hear that metronome. You know, I'm either just before or after it. And then what I'm going to do is encourage you to practice this on your own time as well. But also work on like other, you know, forms of rhythmic displacement. This is one of the things that I'm really particularly interested in. I've been listening to Holdsworth, you know, some early albums of Holdsworth lately, and it's like the rhythm section, or the, you know, the rhythm guitar parts, like let's play Find the Beat, you know, and you know, just to create a guessing game for the listener, or, you know, a fun park for the player. you know, who is attempting to do the thing. But let's take a look at, instead of just landing on 2 and 4, we're either using short tones, you know, or super short to the point where they're percussive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Da-doom, bum, 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 ba, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Right, so we're working on just laying down those 2s and 4s, but also we could do the and of 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 2, 3. So what we're doing is we're trying to create these anticipations by using rhythm in a different way that we wouldn't be using otherwise. So 1, 3, 4, bunga, 3, 4, 1, and 3. So it's just on the and of 1. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1. And what I'm doing here that we didn't cover yet is the flat 7 and flat and 3 of the B minor, the 6th minor chord. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, 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 boom, 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 4, 1 and 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 1, 4, 1 and 2, 3, and then we go back into 2s. You notice that 2 now feels like it's right in the pocket. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can start comping in 2, 3, 4, and then 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, and or we could do the Grant, you know, the sort of like the more Grant Green, sort of like the just laying down the law in quarter notes, comping quarters, right? But we can feel that 2 is a little bit more percussive. It's a little bit more present, and we're articulating it a little bit more than. Also leave that upstroke where it's all, you know, it's the Stevie Ray Vaughan approach to the guitar, where we have that upstroke that is a wide open, but it's so short-lived that it seems like it's a percussive element. All right, so let's take a look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, E minor 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, just laying down the law. And it's really easy for me to overplay this, you know. Maybe I'm looking for some palm mute. So what I'm trying to do now, I'm working up to 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just basically using very simple chord patterns. It's that 1, 7, or 7, 9, 7, 8. And then moving to 5, 7, same shape, but from the bottom, the middle 4 strings, shifting each finger down 1 string and then moving down 2 frets, so the A7 shape. And then we're back on a freshie here with the 5, 7, 6, and 7. And then if you want, we could go head over to the that minor 7 or the 𝘨𝘂𝗶𝘁 minor 7. Let's take a quick look at all right. bear with me for just one moment. Sorry, I'm back. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, or you can make that a, you know, 3 dominant, which leads back up nicely to the, becomes literally the 5 or the harmonic 5th or the perfect authentic 5th of the 2 minor 7, 5 dominant 7, and then the 1. Just play root note and guiding tones. Now we can also, what I benefit from, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and. So we're thinking and of 3. 4, 1, 2, 10, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, or it's and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. Maybe it's the 4 and of 4, anticipating the downbeat of the next measure. 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. 2, T, 4, and 1, 2, T, 4, and 2, T, 4, and T. Now we're in D major D major pentatonic or D major scale. And I'm thinking a little bit about how to make that 2, 5, 1 move down to the 5. And then move that up to the 1, and then move that down to the 6 minor, and then move that up to the 2, 5, 1. Yeah, me too. All right, got to jump. We'll work on this more later. Great session. Thanks, guys. All right, I'm in the similar boat. And as we wrap up today, I encourage you to carry this mindset we built here to, you know, through the rest of the day. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for being here, and have a wonderful afternoon. Until we meet again, happy picking. See you, TJ. See you later, B. I appreciate you being here. You guys have a good morning. Yeah, and enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll see you again tomorrow morning. I'm just going to hang out and just work out a little bit more until I'm ready to just get moving. But you're welcome to hang out, and if you have questions, let me know. See you, Jay. See you, Guitar for Everyone. Yeah, have a good morning. Yeah, all right. I'm going to work through just 7 notes per beat and work through just the warm-up pattern, the 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern. So it's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, da 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 1 da 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 7 attacks per beat. That's what we're up to. If you want to join me, you're more than welcome to. 9, 10, 11, and 12. And we're ascending all the way up to the top, descending that, and ascending that, and just descending the patterns until we get to position 1, and then we're ascending all of that stuff back to position from whence we came. So I'm starting with 7 attacks per beat, and see if we can make it through this, and then I'm going to jump for the day, okay, and bid you a good day. All right, one in. Okay, and with that being done, as we wrap up today, I encourage you to come back tomorrow morning. We've got a 7:30 a.m. start. We're going to even it out a little bit more tomorrow morning. I think we're just going to go back to basics, and we're going to start with our morning ritual at 4 attacks per beat, and just work a very consistent program there, okay? And we'll see you tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard, and until we meet again, Happy picking.